This is a PokePress special report.
Hi, I'm Stephen Reich here at the PokePress PIRN Studios in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm on the phone with Nick McKaig, who is an a cappella singer, and he recently put out an album called On My Own, which contains a cover of the Pokemon theme done in a cappella. So Nick, first of all, why don't you tell us a little bit about your musical background? How'd you get into music, and what else do you do?
Well, I started singing basically when I came out of the womb, and I've been doing choirs for a very long time. My dad is in music. He was a music educator, and so he got me into singing in choirs as early as elementary school. I was in a local barbershop chorus when I was 10, so I got very used to singing without instruments and harmony and all that stuff from a very young age. And when I went into college, I majored in music. I was involved in all the major choral ensembles on campus, and I did a lot of composing for various events, including Christmas events and other fundraising events for the department and that sort of thing. So I've been involved in a cappella and choral music for a very long time.
And you also play a couple instruments. Which ones are those?
Well, I've been playing cello for a long time, and piano I've been using mostly to compose, but I play a little bit as well. And I use that background a lot when I compose. I use a lot of stuff I see on the piano, and I use that to write out the parts when I hear it in recordings and go from there.
I see. So let's go into the version of the Pokemon theme you did. First of all, actually, why did you choose this particular song, and then how did you go about doing it from a technical perspective?
Well, when I was a senior in high school, a friend of mine who lived in my neighborhood had a band, and they had been doing covers of various things for a couple of years. And at my school, they had this, it was called Brotherhood Sisterhood Week, where they had a week-long lunchtime concert that they put on with local bands and people from school. And my friend called me and said, hey, we want to do this cover of the Pokemon theme song. Would you want to play keyboard for us? And I didn't really know a lot about the music of Pokemon. I know a lot about the show because my brother was really involved with it when he was growing up, but I had never learned the song. So I agreed to do it, and we did it and put it up on YouTube. It ended up being really popular. And we called it like a joke band thing, but it was really accurate, and everybody really fell in love with it. So later on, when I started doing all these covers of themes and songs, I thought, I feel like I know that song well enough now I could really do it justice if I were to go and make it a cappella. So I researched the song, and you had to do lots of listening to hear all the different instruments and the different parts that they're playing. And, I put it all together, and, it really seemed to work, so I decided to follow through and to put up a video on YouTube.
That's really cool, and I've taken a look at a lot of your stuff in the album, and you do some really great jobs with a lot of the songs on there. So how long did it take to record all the parts for the Pokemon theme cover you did?
Well, the project, I do this all on my computer I have an Apple, so I use GarageBand and stuff like that. And in order for all the parts to come together, I have to record over 20 tracks of different instruments layered in different ways, to get it to sound similar to the original song. So it takes somewhere between 10 to 12 hours to record all the different parts, and then that doesn't include mixing time afterwards and filming time to put up a video, say, for YouTube. So it's pretty long and involved, but the outcome is really worthwhile.
What were some of your favorite tracks to do when you were making the cover?
Oh, that would definitely be the high guitar part. Because it just kind of screeches up at the top, and it's definitely, because I'm a low-range singer, like a bass, so it's really fun for me to get a chance to get out of my normal range and sing stuff that's really high and really fun, and that guitar part, and also actually the main solo part is really fun, because the original singer is very energetic, very excited about the subject matter, and it's not every day that you hear a recording that's the person's so excited to be singing it. So it's really fun to emulate that excitement, that energy in my recording.
All right, and this album, On My Own, it has, a ton of other covers. Why don't you go into a few of them that you really like and tell us about them?
Okay, well, definitely one of my most popular recordings, both on YouTube and on my album, is a cover of the Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego theme. Very fun to do. It's been covered a bunch of times by a bunch of people. I chose to emulate the style that the group Rockapella, another a cappella group, did with the song, and they were the ones that were originally featured on the show. So I ran with that, and with all these covers, it's all listening to the recording. So I go through, I listen a bunch of times, and I kind of, emulate as close as I can to the original, but then try to add a little style at the end. And it was really fun to just put all that together. And then another one that I really like would probably be For the Longest Time, which is, of course, is a really popular Billy Joel song. And I've loved Billy Joel for a long time. I love a lot of his music, and that one is just really fun because it's specifically a cappella style, even the original. So it's really fun to just kind of pick from that a cappella style and make it my own.
Yeah, that's really cool. You definitely have some great stuff. If I had to pick out some of my favorites, I really love the kind of irony of doing an a cappella version of the Ninja Turtles theme from the original series. And William Tell Overture, that's a classic piece, obviously, and an a cappella version seems to fit somehow.
Yeah, that one has been covered also a bunch of times, actually by some pretty high-profile groups like the Swingle Singers. They have a very popular recording, and for whatever reason, it's really fun, and it's really great for the voice.
Well, that's great to hear, Nick. Thank you so much for taking out some time to give us a little insight here.
Yeah, absolutely, no problem. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk with me tonight and to have me on your show.
This has been Stephen Reich from the PokePress PIRN Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, on the phone with Nick McKaig, whose album On My Own has a cover of the Pokemon theme done in the a cappella style.
This has been a PokePress Special Report.